Jesus was with God, and Jesus was God, and Jesus was there at the beginning. So today, John is telling us about walking in the light. How can we get ability to walk in light? The only person who can make us walk in light is when we go to the cross of Jesus Christ. So my viewer, we have Jesus who came, who was sent by God, and he was born, he lived with us, and then he was crucified at the cross, a painful death at the cross, so that you and I, my viewer, can have the light. That death of the cross of Jesus is very important in our life. It was so painful that even the 72,000 angels from heaven came to rescue Jesus at the cross or when he was nailed. And Jesus told them, no, this is this one is what brought me to come, be born, to stay, and die such a death, so that you and I, my viewer, can have the salvation. He paid for us that price, because the wages of sin is death. And that is how we had that sentence of death which we inherited at the Garden of Eden. So in verse 5, John talked about God is light, and in him there was no darkness at all. That is where it is saying that this is the message that I have heard from him, and declared to you, God is light, and in him there is no darkness. So my viewer, this is what John is telling us, that in him there is no darkness at all. And this message, it is not a message which we just talked about. The disciples saw it with their eyes. They touched, they heard with their ears when the prophets were talking about Jesus and how he was to come. Prophet Isaiah, Micah, and Zechariah talked about Jesus. So it is a message we had, and we had seen it, and we have even touched it, both before crucifixion and after Jesus was crucified. So it is telling us that we have to declare to you that God is light, and in him there is no darkness. So in verse 6, John also talks about the fellowship with God. My viewer, you need to have fellowship with God. For somebody to have fellowship with God, you must walk in the light. And remember, God sees and knows everything in us. So we cannot cheat God. He knows us. He sees what we think. So we need to work for this salvation, my viewer,